Have you ever caught yourself halfway through a workout and start thinking, am I doing enough sets? Should I do more? Am I training hard enough to actually grow muscles? If you ever felt this way, you're not alone. Most people are stuck in the gym in this cycle of doing endless sets, spending hours in the gym, and unfortunately not seeing the result they want. Today, we're breaking down why you don't need a ton of sets to grow muscle and what you should do instead. If you have been overtraining, feeling exhausted, wondering why your progress is stuck, this video is for you.
I'm fine.
The goal of training is to stimulate muscle, not just exhaust them just for the sake of exhaustion. There is this idea the more set you do, the bigger you get. But that's simply not true. Muscle growth isn't about doing more work. It's about doing the right work. Because remember, your body does not care if you do 10 or 3 or 7 sets. What matters is the intensity. Now let's talk about what happens when you do too many sets. At first, you feel great, your pumping's insane, and you're definitely thinking you're making progress, which you are at first. But then, out of nowhere, you feel weak. Your lifts start to suck and you feel drained. And your body, for whatever reason, isn't recovering. And you don't know why this is happening. You start to blame random things. Bad sleep, not eating enough, or maybe you forgot to take your pre-workout that day. But the truth is, your muscle overwork and fatigue for too much volume. And then when that happens, guess what? You stop growing. So instead of getting stronger, your body is simply not recovering fast enough. You're just breaking down muscle without giving it time to rebuild itself. So, what should you do instead? Instead of focusing on how many sets you do, focus on how intensely you train each set. Take each set to failure. That means pushing the weight until physically cannot do another rep. Not stopping when it gets tough, but going all the way to the point where your muscle just quit on you. Like Chris Bumstead saying famously in this video.
Wow. You late?
That's about right.
Why'd you stop?
Because we have like all these other sets, I have to save my fuel.
That's not how working out works.
What?
You don't save your fuel.
But then you're just gonna be exhausted.
How are you gonna make any progress if you're not taking anything close to failure?
You must go to failure. Don't left anything in the tank. Why? Because if you train to failure, you won't need 4, 5, 6 sets per muscle group. Your muscle will be fully done in a few sets, you won't waste any time in the gym, and you will get better result in less time. Now, some of you might wonder, how can you do that? Now, let's talk about the right way to train to failure. Because a lot of people think they're going to failure, but they're really not. The common mistake that people make are stopping too early. If you have 3 or 4 reps still in the tank, you're not a failure yet. Using momentum, if you're swinging the weight up and down, you are cheating yourself. And poor form. Remember, failure should be controlled. You shouldn't look like a flopping fish out of water on your last set. So, the right way is move it with control, push past the sensation of burn, and keep going until physically you won't be able to move it. That's true failure. Now, I know I mentioned it before, but let's talk about the biggest benefit of training this way. You save time. Since you're fully fatigued your muscle in fewer sets, you don't need to spend hours upon hours in the gym. Think about what you could do with the extra, 30-40 minutes that you save instead of being in the gym constantly. Maybe spend more time recovering, maybe getting more sleep, or actually enjoy life outside of the gym. And guess what? Your muscle will go faster because they get in the recovery they desperately need. Here's the part that most people ignore. Rest is just as important as training. After hitting to failure, your muscle needs to rebuild itself. 24 hours is the bare minimum for most people to rest. And some of you should consider even go to 48 hours of rest, because that is the true deal of recovery. If you don't rest enough, you cut your gain short. Remember, your body grows when it's resting, not when it's training. Unless, of course, if you're in the secret sauce. And we all know what that means.
What?
Your secret stuff.
Your body needs proper rest. If you train to failure but you don't take enough rest day in between your workouts, you're still going to reach burnout. So it's essential to do so. Now you might be asking the question, how should I train then? Now that we know why training to failure is the most effective way to build muscles, Let's talk about how you can structure your workouts while minimizing wasting time. First of all, lower the amount of sets, but increase the intensity. Second of all, hit failure on each set. Third of all, prioritize recovery, since remember, train hard, but also rest hard. Because remember, avoiding burnouts is the key that comes by balancing intensity and recovery. And of course, this comes in different ways that you can approach this. You can do different splits in your training routine each week. What I suggest is to train around 3 times or 2 times even per week. If you go so intense on each set, it's going to failure. Because remember, your body will need recovery in order to be ready for the next day. So you want to give space in between in order to be able to perform at 100% capacity the next time. If you go to true failure and you set up your training correctly, you will spend less time in the gym and see better result overall.
Nice.
If you're still unsure how to apply this type of technique to failure in your workout routine, don't worry, I got you covered. I put together an easy to follow comprehensive PDF guide that breaks down everything in details, including step-by-step how to reach failure and how it works with certain exercises, to ensure you're getting the most out of every session that you do in the gym. You can find the link to download the free PDF down below in the description. So if you're interested, be sure to check it out.
Do it! Just do it!
So next time you catch yourself wondering, should I do more sets? Remember this, it's not about doing more, it's about training more efficiently. Go to failure and rest hard as you train. That's how you build real muscles without wasting any extra time in the gym. If you find this video helpful, make sure to like, share and subscribe. That's it for today, catch you guys to the next one. Ciao!